Welcome everyone to GTW Dystopia. We're live and sold out here
The following
in
contest
Minneapolis.
is scheduled for one fall. Making his way
And
to the
we
ring,
got
representing
Damian
the
Maximus
Old Gods,
making his
weighing
way
in
to the
at
ring here
227
tonight.
pounds, Damian Maximus!
Damian Maximus will be the #1 contender, main eventing Summer Bash as he goes to take on Benjamin Bourne for the GTW World Champion. That will be in 2 weeks. And right now we're going to hear what the #1 contender for the World Championship has to say right here in tonight's program. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Infinite Fantasy, and do we have a card tonight? Tonight we're going to be having the Women's United States Championship on the line, plus the Scott Storm Challenge and much more. But first, let's hear what Damian has to say. Minneapolis, bow before your God. Bow before the man who at Summer Bash will be the next world champion. A champion who has surpassed the mighty Hercules himself. A god who will rule Damian, son, what has become of you? I worked with you and the old gods in good faith. When you joined Hercules, it broke my heart, son. For a year, I thought I lost you. You have no idea how relieved I felt. The weight removed from my heart when you told me that you never had intentions on working with Hercules. That you were acting as a Trojan horse to rid GTW of his corruption. You told me this was your plan to save the company, and I believed you, Damian. I believed when you said you were helping the old gods see the light. Was any of it true? Any of it all? Well, Dad, actually, yes. I did join Hercules to be a Trojan horse. I did want to rid GTW of that monster. I reformed the old gods. All of that is true, and I succeeded. I am only doing what is natural. Like every other wrestler, I want to ascend. Be a champion. I want what is best for my family. Damian, I am your family. I'm your father, and as your father, I want you to succeed. But not with what I saw last week. Having Archangel interfere in your match to help you win? And it's not the first time. Honestly, Damian, I say this because I love you. You have a chance to do some real good, to turn the old gods into a force for good. They listen to you, they trust you, but right now you are acting just like Hercules. No, actually, you're worse, because at least Hercules was honest about what he does. Worse? I am nothing like that narcissistic, overhyped, ego-driven maniac. I told you I'm here to cut out the corruption in GTW, and I have. Hercules was a cancer, and I ended him. Not Dio Sebastian, not Benjamin Bourne, not Steven Dynamite, I did. It is time I got my due respect. Now you will either acknowledge me as your savior, the one true God who vanquished Hercules. You will bow before me, or I will continue to cut the corruption from this company, starting with you. Damian, you would really do that? Harm your own father? Okay. Okay, fine. Damian, I acknowledge you. I acknowledge that you are a false god just like Hercules. Oh, Damian just attacked his father. He just hit his father with the right cross, the director of GTW. And oh, he just hit him back and oh, this is not turning out good. For a fleeting moment, Charles Elliot, the director of GTW, just want to fight back, and now Damian going all out on his father right in the middle of the ring. There it goes. Damian picking him up, and he just threw him right out of the ring, and oh my god, there. Damian heading towards the announcer's desk, and oh no, what is he planning? Damian, what are you doing? What are you doing, Damian? Oh, he's got Charles right on top. Damian, what are you doing? And he just went through the announcer's desk. From the top rope, he just went through the announcer's desk. I can't believe it. He just threw his father right through the announcer's desk. He's just beating the hell. This is your own father, Damian. How could you do something like this? Your own flesh and blood. This is the man who gave you life, and you're destroying him. You're destroying him in his own show. This is the director, for crying out loud. Don't do it, Damian. Don't do it. I'm begging you, don't. Oh my gosh, right on the legs. Right on the legs. And Damian, he's setting him up. His father's about to get divine judgment. Divine judgment by Damian Maximus. And he doesn't seem to be done. He's breaking the entire arena in his holy wrath right now. Here he comes, bringing out a sledgehammer. Damian, come on. There's a line. There's a line. You're crossing that line. Folks, I have no words for what I just witnessed there. We have EMTs coming out, putting the director of GTW Dystopia, the director of the show, on he's on a stretcher right now, being escorted out of the arena as we speak, beaten half to death by his own flesh and blood, by his own son. Damian Maximus, who has overthrown Hercules and has taken over as the leader of the old gods, has completely gone off the deep end.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's United States Championship.
Well, that definitely was something. Thank goodness we had the ring crew come out here. They just put the announcer's desk back together. We were about to go the whole show without that. That would have not been pleasant, but not as pleasant as what's going on with our director Charles Elliot right now, who is being rushed to the infirmary after being put through the announcer's desk and beaten with a sledgehammer by his own son. We're going to have updates later on tonight in Charles Elliott's condition, but right now we're about to have our opening match here on Dystopia. The Women's United States Championship is going to be on the line as we have Allison Payne about to have her very first title defense since winning the title at Declaration of Domination against the timeless Toni Storm. Tonight she will be defending against Lacey Evans. And here comes the challenger for tonight's Women's United States Championship match, Lacey Evans, a gal who is as American as you can get. It's been a long time since we've seen her in a televised GTW ring, but lately she's been dominating in the house shows. And our director, God bless his heart right now, Charles Elliott, deemed worthy for Lacey Evans to get a shot at the U.S. title here tonight. Will Allison Payne be able to successfully defend her title for the first time tonight, or will we have a new champion after this match?
Introducing the challenger from Paris Island, South Carolina, Lady Evans. And her opponent from Jersey City, New Jersey, the Women's United States Champion, Allison Payne.
There we go, the Women's United States Championship on the line. Allison Payne's first title defense. And here comes the bell. Nice roll by Lacey Evans onto the U.S. champion. The referee going for the count, but an immediate kick out by Allison Payne as she follows up with a right cross and now goes to position herself, trying to get into what seems to be a German suplex position, but Lacey Evans putting up a fight. Allison Payne settling for an over the head lock takedown. And she's got the headlock pretty tight. Applying more pressure, Lacey Evans rolling out. And a axe kick by Lacey Evans, followed by a moonsault, but nobody home. Allison Payne countering the moonsault of her own, but again, nobody home. And so far, these two women are going counter for counter in this U.S. title match. Also, here to come tonight, Scott Storm will be continuing his open challenge. That will be our next matchup here tonight. We're also going to have, coming up, Chesla Green will be making her GTW debut here tonight as she goes one-on-one against Akima Sake. Plus, we got word that Douglas Sebastian is in the arena here tonight. In light of what has happened to Charles Elliott, he's going to be addressing us all later on tonight about his condition. We got Allison Payne going for an atomic elbow drop right off the ring. throwing Lacey Evans back inside. And a high-flying move by the U.S. champion seemed to have paid off. You know what they say, high risk brings high rewards. However, Lacey Evans getting a second win, coming in with 2 clotheslines, countering the kick from Allison Payne, and the challenger is completely on fire right now. Like I said, Lacey Evans, she's been dominating in the house show matches as of late, getting her this spot for the U.S. title match. And there's a dropkick by Allison Payne, now going for the pin. And it'll be 1, 2, but Lacey Evans with a kick out on 2. And what a night we've had already. We've just seen Damian Maximus completely decimate his own father, hospitalizing him. And now we have this amazing Women's United States Championship match opening the show as our U.S. champion goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Allison Payne defends her U.S. title for the very first time.
Here is your winner, and still Women's United States Champion, Allison Payne.
Amazing victory by our Women's United States Champion, Allison Payne. She wowed the crowd at Declaration and Domination back on July 4th when she defeated the timeless Toni Storm for the title and just had her first successful title defense right here on Dystopia. Coming up next, we got the Scott Storm Challenge coming up. Don't go away. We'll be back after this quick break. Victoria Wong here. I'm with the owner of Grand Tour Wrestling, Douglas Sebastian. Can you say what state Director Charles Elliot is in and what plans do you have for Dystopia? What happened to Mr. Elliot is a tragedy. I'm afraid he's in critical condition and as of now is being relieved of his duties as Director of Dystopia. Starting next week, April Cassidy will be running both shows until a suitable replacement can be made. As far as tonight goes, I will resume Charles' responsibilities and run tonight's show. Tonight, our main event. Damian needs to be taught a lesson, which is why, for tonight's main event, Damian Maximus and Archangel will be in a tag team match against Benjamin Bourne and Chris Jericho. The winner of tonight's match will choose the stipulation to the World Championship match at Summer Bash. With all due respect, Mr. Sebastian, but how exactly is that a punishment? Well, with all due respect, Victoria, I've been in this company for a very long time. I would not expect you to understand. Now if you excuse me, I have a show to run. And here comes Scott Storm, ready to initiate the next Scott Storm Open Challenge here on Dystopia. It is once again time for the Scott Storm Open Challenge. I'll accept anyone. Anyone except... No. I'm not going to say his name. I will not wrestle Joe Hendry. I've already done it 3 times. You're not going to have me say that name. Say his name, and he shall appear. Well, Scott Storm, here I am. Now, are you ready for this Scott Storm Open Challenge? 'Cause I know I am. No, anyone but you. I don't care if I just accidentally said your stupid, idiotic name again. I will literally wrestle anyone but you. I've beaten you 3 times, Joe. 3 times I've beaten you. Enough already. I want a new challenger. It isn't that simple, mate. You wanted to make an example out of me. You interfered in my match. A match that had nothing to do with you. So now, I answer your call again. And again. And again. And again. And I will not stop until you pay your due. Fine. Fine. Alright, Joe, I'll play your game. What do I need to do to get you to leave me alone? What will it take for you to get your name out of my mouth? One last match. No open challenge, a real match. Me and you at Summer Bash. Winner takes all. If I win, no more Scott Storm open challenges. And if I win, Scott, if you win, I swear, if you win, I will never bother you again, even if my name is said. I promise Summer Bash, win or lose, will be our last match. It's a deal. Me and you at Summer Bash. One final match. Well, I guess instead of getting the open challenge tonight, we're going to be having an official match set for our pay-per-view event in 2 weeks. It's going to be Scott Storm one-on-one with Joe Henry, one final time, live on pay-per-view. Coming up next, we got the GTW debut of Chelsea Green as she goes one-on-one against Akima Sake here tonight on Dystopia. Plus, coming up, we have our main event tonight, tag team action as Benjamin Bourne and Chris Jericho team up against Damian, Maximus, and Archangel representing the Old Gods, all here tonight on Dystopia. Don't go away, we'll be back after this break. Rebecca Troy has agreed there will be no cash-in on you until after our match at Summer Bash. Enjoy your reprieve while you can, Miss Bison. Rebecca Troy is not who I'm concerned about. She has the briefcase, but that does not make her a threat. But I do have a query for you, Miss Charlotte. What happens if you do win at Summer Bash? What happens if you do become Women's World Champion and Troy is still Miss Declaration Holder? Food for thought.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, accompanied by the Secret Hervis from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, Chelsea Green.
And it seems Chelsea Green here on her in-ring debut in GTW is having an escort by the Secret Hervis. Alba Fire and you know what? I'm actually surprised that she has an escort here on her first match.
And her opponent from Osaka, Japan, Beautiful.
And here comes Akima Sake, about to go one-on-one against Chelsea Green. And like I said, this is Chelsea Green GTW debut here on Dystopia. But I'm still pondering, what is the Secret Hervis doing with her? She's getting an escort. I know she's worked with them back in the previous promotion. The Secret Hervis has been a tag team division here in GTW, in the Dystopia roster for a little bit now, but it seems they've gotten the band back together with Chelsea Green. Here we go, one-on-one exhibition match, Chelsea Green versus Akima Sake. Chelsea Green's first match, and already Akima Sake giving her a warm welcome. Goes with the stomps. Collar and elbow tie up. And Akima Sake immediately getting the upper hand on Chelsea Green. And look at this, prying the hands open. Gaining the advantage over Akima Sake here. And now you can see she's struggling as Chelsea Green goes for the advantage and over the headlock takedown. And look at her just applying that pressure on the opponent. Akima Sake whimpering in pain right now as Chelsea Green slams her knee right into her head. Sake trying to get on the offense as she throws Chelsea Green against the ropes. And a wheelbarrow kick by Akima Sake. Amazing execution as she follows up with a beautiful moonsault. And here comes the pin. One, and a kick out by Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green attempting a double axe handle. Akima Sake moving out of the way. Not stopping Chelsea Green from keeping the frosting on. The Secret Hervis keeping their eye on the match right now. That's happening right here at ringside. We got the referee halfway through a count out here. Chelsea Green, though, really focused on laying the punishment on Akima Sake rather than getting back in the ring. And there's Sake countering the suplex. And Akima Sake rolling right into the ring. Chelsea Green getting in with barely a second to spare there. And now the two women grappling in the middle of the ring. Akima Sake going for a headlock. It seems one of her goons is just throwing a kendo stick in the ring. The referee catching it though. Reversal by Chelsea Green, putting Akima Sake into an arm lock. You see Akima Sake struggling to get out of the hold, and she does. She reverses, now applying an arm lock onto Chelsea Green. Headlock by Chelsea Green, and the amazing wrestling by these two women. Both of them showing incredible technical skills in that chain match. Sake coming off the ropes, and looks like she just hurt herself on that exchange a little. That's the problem with the high-risk maneuver. Sometimes high risk means high reward, but sometimes also could deal with high consequence. Alright, it's not slowing the beautiful Akima Sake down. Looks like she's about to go for a chin buster. Chelsea Green with a reversal and a kick to the back of the head. And just look at Chelsea Green just hammering away on the back of Akima Sake. And she's going for the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out by Akima Sake. This would be a big win for Chelsea Green if she were to beat someone like Akima Sake in a former GTW Women's European Champion here in her very first match. Elbow strike by Chelsea Green. Huge counter. Kimasaki springing off the ropes, and she's going for the helicopter. Beautifully executed by the beautiful Kimasaki. And oh my gosh. And there it is. The real reason why the Secret Hervis is out here. Distracting Kimasaki. And there's Chelsea Green taking advantage of the distraction on Kimasaki. And she nails the finisher. And here comes the pin. 1, 2. Oh no. And Kimasaki getting the shoulder up. That distraction was almost enough for Chelsea Green to take this match. Kimasaki pulling deep inside to get the shoulder up for a 3 count. And it's Chelsea Green with a dropkick, and there's Kimasaki being pulled outside the ring, and there's the referee doing her job. Alba Fire, the only one allowed at ringside now. Kimasaki coming in. And she's getting fired up. And what a chin buster by Kimasaki. Wait, what's this? Now what? Whose music is playing there? We just had some random entrance music play, but no one showed up. Chelsea Green taking advantage of the distraction. Now she has Kimasaki into the corner. She's trying to fight back with an elbow strike. Huge elbow to the back. Chelsea Green positioning herself. Huge elbow strike to the spine. And there's a shot to the ribs by Kimasaki, followed by a spinning heel kick. Oh, what a devastating move by Kimasaki. Celebrating a little early, now going for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Kimasaki gets the win against Chelsea Green.
Here is your winner, beautiful.
Chelsea Green had the Secret Hervis try to interfere in the match. Did not work. Probably paid someone in Gorilla to play random entrance music to distract the Kimasaki. Did not work. In her debut match, she just could not hang with the beautiful Kimasaki. Yes, Mr. Dempsey. How may I be of service today? By correcting your mistake, me and Ren Sinclair won the qualifying match against the Wolfpack. Yes, you did. Then how come the Wolfpack is getting the title opportunity and not us? Well, basically, Charlie. If I may, it's because you're just not a draw. What was that, mate? You and Ren Sinclair do not put asses in seats. No one buys a ticket to watch you wrestle. You are mid-card. And that... Look, I'm gonna just shoot straight. You're mid-card at best. You do mid or beginning matches that gives the crowd time to use the bathroom or to warm them up for other talent, like, say, the Wolfpack. So, Dempsey, despite that you won the qualifying match, I gave them the title opportunity because it's just better for business. Oh yeah? I'll show you how big of a draw we are. I want the leader of the Wolfpack, Castor Black, and I want him now. If I win, I get the title match. Well, Lucky for you, Castor Black has been telling me he's been itching to do some damage. So yes, I'll allow it. And if you win, I'll consider putting you and Rensselaer in the mixed gender tag team title match at Summer Bash. Consider? Yes. Consider. Your match is right now, so you better impress me.
The following is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the Wolfpack from Charleston, South Carolina, weighing in at 277 pounds, the King, Castor Black.
And under the request of Charlie Dempsey, he's taking on the King, Castor Black, one-on-one. Now, I personally can't help but feel bad for Charlie Dempsey right now. Him and Rensselaer did win the qualifying match fair and square against Zero Wolf and Amy Zero, the two followers of Castor Black in the Wolfpack. And yet, those are the two who are receiving a shot at the mixed tag team titles at Summer Bash for the vacant tag team titles. And now, Charlie Dempsey has to go up against the King himself if he wants to get him and Rensselaer back in that title position.
And his opponent, representing No Quarter Catch Crew from Blackpool, England, weighing in at 208 pounds, Charlie Dempsey.
And he's looking as confident as ever, strolling his way to the ring. And normally I don't agree with someone like Charlie Dempsey, but tonight I have to. I'm sorry, I gotta take a side on this one. Him and Rensselaer did earn that shot at the vacant titles. It should be those two against the Final Testament, not the Wolfpack. Here comes the bell. The two starting off with a grapple, middle of the ring, and immediately the King, Castor Black, leader of the Wolfpack, completely overpowering Charlie Dempsey. And look at that agility. What makes Castor Black so dangerous is that combined agility with brute strength. There's no one who has that much power and that much speed and ferocity like the King, Castor Black. Charlie Dempsey going for an arm lock, immediately reversed by Castor Black. Nice reversal by Charlie Dempsey, putting Castor in an arm lock. Now successfully bringing the King to his knees. And now you see Castor Black immediately getting back to his feet. And nice move by Charlie Dempsey, using his weight against him, taking down his opponent. See Charlie Dempsey going for a shot to the ribs, kick to the head. A nice joint manipulation by Charlie Dempsey. He's going to have to keep that ferocity, keep playing it smart like that if he wants to impress the owner of GTW, Douglas Sebastian, here tonight and get him and Rensselaer into that title picture. Nice roll up. You can see Charlie Dempsey playing it smart, but Castor Black immediately able to kick out. And just look at that power by the King. With absolutely no effort, prying the hands open of his opponent, getting behind him, now rolling Dempsey into a pin. One, and there's Charlie kicking out. Castor Black going for a super kick on Charlie's Dempsey. Look at those headbutts. That would be the equivalent of being hit with a cinder block. And there's nobody home on that high-flying move. And now the two men bringing this fight here at ringside. Oh, huge uppercut by Castor Black. Goes for a kick to the midsection. And oh, what a powerbomb right on top of the barricade. Nearly breaking his spine in half there. And spike pile driver by Castor Black. Desperate move by Charlie Dempsey, throwing Castor Black back in the ring. Immediately taken down by a lariat takedown. And here we go. Dempsey doing what he does best. Joint manipulations, sleeper holds, and boxing. And he's got Castor Black in the middle of the ring. The referee checking to see if Castor Black is willing to tap it, and no, he's not. He does. He does. He got him. Charlie Dempsey got him. Castor Black not taking it too well, knocking out the referee. Charlie Dempsey with an impressive victory, though, managing to defeat Castor Black using the sleeper hold. We now have a medic team coming out, checking on the referee who just got the raw end of Castor Black's aggression. However, if Charlie Dempsey and Rensselaer have a shot at the vacant mixed tag team titles face off against the Final Testament, this is it. Ladies and gentlemen, when we return here on Dystopia, we have coming up our main event. We're going to be having the world champion Benjamin Bourne teaming up with Chris Jericho as they go into tag team action against the Old Gods, Damian, Maximus, and Archangel. That's coming up after this break. Okay, I'll bite. What was that about last week? I never asked for your help. That is the point, Amy. You will never have to. Listen, Ranger. I don't know what your game is, but we are not friends. It is not about being friends. It is about the right thing. May you have a pleasant night, Miss Zero. Look, Ben, I know we got this whole mistrust thing with me going on right now. I just want to make sure we're on the same page going out into this tag match. Alright, Chris, let's get down to business. Keep your eyes on the Old Gods and keep them off, and keep your briefcase away from me, and we're golden. You say you're on my team tonight, then fine. But do not think for a second I'm laying my guard down with you. Or them tonight, Mr. Declaration Holder. Now let's go out there and kick some Old God's ass. It's time for tonight's main event here on Dystopia Tag Team Action. We got the GTW World Champion, Bad Boy Benjamin Bourne, teaming up with Chris Jericho as they go up against the Old Gods, represented by their leader Damian, Maximus, and Archangel, coming right here on Dystopia.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. Introducing first, from Green Bay, Wisconsin, weighing in at 241 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, Bad Boy Benjamin Bourne.
And here he is, folks, the GTW World Heavyweight Champion, the Bad Boy Benjamin Bourne, who, for the main event of our next pay-per-view show, Summer Bash, will be defending the title against the leader of the Old Gods, Damian Maximus. Damian Maximus, who we saw at the beginning of tonight's show do the horrendous act of attacking his father, Charles Elliot, the director of the dystopian roster here in Grand Tour Wrestling. And as punishment for doing so, Douglas Sebastian has declared that him and Archangel will be in a tag team match against Benjamin Bourne and Chris Jericho. Although I have to agree with Victoria Wong, I don't really see how this is a punishment. What the match does serve is the winner will pick the stipulation for the title match at Summer Bash between Benjamin Bourne and Damian Maximus.
And his partner from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in at 228 pounds, Chris Jericho.
And here comes Chris Jericho, the Mr. Declaration holder, who won the Declaration and Domination ladder match on the 4th of July. Inside that briefcase is a contract that he can use anytime he sees fit in any point in the next year for any singles championship match he wants. Anytime he wants to cash that in, he will instantly have a title match right there and then. And that right there is why Benjamin Bourne is having trouble putting his guard down, despite the fact that Jericho is claiming that he wants peace between him and Benjamin Bourne.
And their opponents, first, representing the Old Gods, weighing in at 227 pounds, Damian Maximus.
And here's this low-life scum on the heel of the boot of Hercules' shadow. And you know, I was rooting for him at first when he declared that he was the Old God's Trojan horse trying to get rid of Hercules. I was on his side. I was one of the suckers who believed him, just like his father Charles Elliot did. We all thought that he was trying to legitimize the Old Gods into a force for good here in Grand Tour Wrestling and get them away from their, well, quite frankly, their being thugs. Get them away from being thugs. That's what the Old Gods are. I'm sorry, they are thugs straight up. They don't win legitimate matches. They always have to make it a 2-on-1 or 3-on-1 fight. They always pull the strings, and I have to agree with Charles Elliot. Damian Maximus is turning into something even worse than Hercules. At least Hercules was up front. At least he was honest about what he was. Maximus, as far as I'm concerned, is nothing but a no-good snake.
And his partner, representing the Old Gods, from Boise, Idaho, weighing in at 215 pounds, the United States Champion,
Archangel not much better. The new GTW United States Champion after winning on July 4th at the Declaration of Domination 4th of July event. He defeated the leader of the Alpha Rangers, Alpha Crimson Ranger. but not without having the likes of Damian, Maximus, and the other old gods in his corner. And now here he is, coming to do the bidding of his new master. Damian Maximus hasn't freed anyone at all. He's not... Yeah, sure, they might have gotten rid of Hercules. Sure, he's no longer a nuisance here in GTW, but all Archangel did was trade one master for another, and I don't respect anyone from that faction, not one bit. And I'm sorry, I still fail to see how this match is even a punishment for Damian. This is just a match. This is really more to determine what the stipulation will be at the World Heavyweight title match at Summer Bash between Maximus and Benjamin Bourne. Okay, my rant is over. We're about to get this started, and looks like we're going to have a preview of Summer Bash right here as we're starting off with the world champion Benjamin Bourne and the challenger Damian Maximus as the two legal men in this tag team main event match. And you gotta be wondering how well Benjamin Bourne will be able to work with Chris Jericho here tonight. Jericho, for the last couple of weeks, has been trying to play peacemaker. They've been allies before the Declaration of Domination event, taking on the old gods together, just as they are doing now. But ever since Jericho has won the briefcase, Benjamin Bourne has been keeping his guard up against them, saying as long as you have the briefcase and I have the belt, I can't trust you. And this is the man he's got to depend on tonight. Benjamin Bourne wants to go for an Irish whip. Maximus reversing, throwing Bourne over the top rope. And what we're seeing here could be very well a preview of the main event of Summer Bash when these two face off for the World Heavyweight title. Benjamin Bourne now throwing Maximus into the corner. And a huge elbow by Maximus. What a counter by the world champion. Using a strike to the head, followed by a bulldog. Now bringing Maximus into the corner. And here's Benjamin Bourne making a tag. And no! Jericho not taking the tag. Jericho's not taking tag, but Archangel's in. Jericho just completely left Bourne. I guess Jericho just had enough. He's been trying to play peacekeeper with Bourne, and even in the back, Jericho was asking Bourne, are they going to be on the same page tonight? And Bourne, once again, saying, yeah, we're going to have a tag team match. Yeah, we're going to kick the old god's ass, but I still don't trust you. And I guess Jericho just finally had enough. Benjamin Bourne went for the tag, and Jericho just left him. He just completely flat left him. And now we no longer have a tag team match. We have a handicap match. Bourne is now in a 1 versus 2 situation against the old gods. Oh, strike by Bourne. And you guys, Bourne is going to have to fight twice as hard. Remember, this is not just a match. The winner of this match, if the old gods win, Damian Maximus will get to determine the stipulation to the World Heavyweight title match at the main event of Summer Bash. And he can very well use that to his advantage. As we've seen, Damian Maximus is not beyond using desperate measures to get what he wants. And here he comes. The righteous DDT by Damian Maximus, a signature move of his. The champion completely laid out. And here comes Bourne with an explosive attack, fighting back with everything he has. He's not willing to give up just because this is 2-on-1. And here he comes, Stunner. Stunner by bad boy Benjamin Bourne. Here comes the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out by Damian Maximus, barely getting his shoulder up. We got the crowd screaming out tag team wrestling, but I'm afraid this is anything but that. Thanks to Jericho abandoning Benjamin Bourne, we essentially now have ourselves a handicap match. And Bourne for all it's worth, considering this is a 2 versus 1 situation, is fighting with everything he has and is holding his own. Bourne getting Maximus away from the corner. Brilliant strategy. When you're in this situation, you gotta isolate the legal man from his partner as much as you can, because if Archangel gets that tag, it could be over. And now Bourne going for another start, but this time Maximus saw it coming, caught the foot, but Bourne swiftly goes for a kick to get out the reversal. Now Bourne now in the corner. Huge elbow strike by Bad Boy Bourne, the champion, laying the smackdown onto Damian Maximus here. And he's setting him up. No, counter by Damian Maximus, clothesline. Clothesline nearly taking the champion's head off. Maximus barely taken. Oh, and there we go. That, just as I was about to say, Maximus not using his part to his advantage. Suddenly, we're seeing where the 2-on-1 comes into play. Maximus taunting in the middle of the ring as Archangel softens Benjamin Bourne up outside the ring. Maximus throwing Benjamin Bourne against the ropes. Scoop slam. And now he's setting him up. It's time to get Divine. And Benjamin Bourne reverses the Divine Judgment. He reverses the fisherman and Damian Maximus with a desperate tag. Here comes the U.S. champion, Archangel. Huge body shots by Archangel, taking down Benjamin Bourne. 1, 2, and a kick out by Benjamin Bourne. Archangel rolling the elbows. And oh, out of nowhere, Bourne with a stunner. 1, 2, and Archangel getting the shoulder up. Bourne looks like he's about to set him up. High flying move. Spring off the top rope, but nobody home. Archangel sidestepping out of the way. Here he comes off the ropes. Benjamin Bourne rolling out of the way. And he's setting him up. Forward rolling slam. Now making his way to the top rope. High flying move. And he goes for the pin. And there's Damian Maximus breaking up the count. Bourne very close. Winning this match all on his own here. He's bringing Archangel and Maximus to school, showing them both why he's the world champion. And he's going for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Bourne wins the match. 2-on-1, and Benjamin Bourne still manages to pick up the win.
Winner, Bad Boy Benjamin Bourne.
Benjamin Bourne, the world champion, showing the world why he's the best wrestler in GTW, as he just defeated Maximus and Archangel 2-on-1 in our main event match. Well, will he be able to keep that momentum when it comes to the main event of Summer Bash? And what will his chosen stipulation be now that he's won? We'll find out next week on DYSTOPIA. For everyone who watches the live streams, don't forget to follow to see not just GTW content, not just the televised shows, but our house shows as well, pay-per-views, and gameplay footage of games such as Star Wars Outlaws, 007 First Light, and many others. For those of you who watch GTW content on my YouTube channel, Infinite Fantasy If, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to know when new GTW content comes to you. And as always, may your fantasies be infinite.